it's DuelMaster9563, and today I am doing an updated deck review. This is a deck profile that I did about 2 months ago. It's my Destiny Hero deck. I've updated it, given it a new type of mechanic, and I will say it has been getting a lot of results from this too. In my last video, I got a couple suggestions from some of the viewers, and I will say that a lot of them did help. Overall, this deck's just improved quite a bit. I'll explain it as I go along, so let's jump right into it. For this deck, we have a triple Fearmonger. That was the same as in the last time. He's going to be your main monster of the deck for, like, easiest to play, will play the most often. Then we have 2 Captain Tenacious. He's the second main monster, as in second easiest to play. Those 2 each have searching capabilities when they've been destroyed, and you can special summon monsters from your graveyard next turn. Pretty helpful. We have 2 Destiny Hero Dashers. These guys are your general beat 6. They usually only last about a turn though, because they get switched to defense after attacking. Still decent cards though. We got 2 Double Dudes. These guys come in handy for summoning the boss monsters later on, and otherwise they're really just good for stalling as well. Let's see here. We have a Destiny Hero Defender, easily the best defensive card in this deck, in my opinion anyways. Dunker, just to get that burn damage in there, not to mention he's 1200, which is the highest attack out of all the level 4 monsters that are Destiny Heroes. We have Destiny Hero Dreadmaster to work with the field spell that we play. Dogma, one of our 2 boss monsters. In order to summon him, you need to tribute 3 monsters, and one of them has to be a Destiny Hero. That's where Double Dude comes in real handy for this type of deck. Then we have Plasma, the walking skill drain. He's helped win me a couple of the games here. He needs 3 tributes to summon, doesn't have any other requirements. This was one of the suggestions I had, was to put a Mystic Tomato in there. And I tried it out with every number I could, so I tried it with 1, that didn't really work out. Tried it with 2, it worked out pretty nicely, and then I tried it with 3, and it just was a little bit too much. So I find that 2 is a good amount for this deck. Overall, it's working out for me. And we have an Elemental Hero Prisma for, first off, he's a 1700 beat stick, if not anything else, and then I can use his effect to help bring out the big Destiny End Dragoon. Then I have a Phantom Magician. He's really good for any hero deck, and I use him specifically for this to bring out Defender. It's just a really good stall card when he's destroyed. Bring out a hero monster with 1000 or less attack in defense position. Then I have a Necro Gardener. Once again, this is for stall while you're waiting for some of your bigger moves. And then I have Doom Caliber Knight. I still want to switch this out with an Effect Veiler, but I currently don't own an Effect Veiler. So he's in there. Otherwise, if I'm not using him for his effect, I use him because he's a beat stick. I'll go into the spells now. It's the spells and traps that really let you know what this type of deck is working towards. I have Clock Tower Prison in here simply because I do have some stall for this deck, so it's helpful in that sense. Otherwise, it's just used for bringing out Dreadmaster. Now, Dark City is pretty much the skyscraper of the deck. It has the same exact effect, but for Destiny Heroes. When a Destiny Hero attacks, and its attack is lower, it gains 1000 attack. This is the basis for what this new type of deck does. The new deck, it's all about buffing my creatures. But before I get into those, we have Cost Down to help bring out Dasher and Double Dude faster. Just tribute, discard 1 card, and then all monsters drop 2 levels in your hand. We got Pot of Duality just to get some draw power, get a bit more consistency. Creature Swap. All Destiny Hero monsters are pretty weak, so if you really need to, you can swap one of them out. Now, here's where the buffing starts coming in. For the debuff, we play 2 Burden of the Mighty just to drop all my opponent's monsters' attack. Of course, if they XYZ, this pretty much becomes useless, and that will probably happen a lot. But for every level your opponent's monster has, it loses 100 attack. So it will drop down your monsters, your opponent's monsters, really easily. After that, I play 2 Rush Recklessly. Buff up your guys by 700 attack. It's a quick play, so it's really helpful. Yep, that works. 2 Shrink. This is another debuff, in my opinion, where you just have your opponent's monsters attack. It's really helpful that way, too. This way your Fearmongers and your Captain Tenacious can get over some of those stronger monsters. Just cut it down, activate a Rush Recklessly, and they can get over it. Not to mention Dark City, which will give them an extra boost even if they still are under. Then we have 2 Polymerization just to get out the Destiny and Dragoon. Okay, now for the traps. For this we play 2 D-Chain. D-Chain is a trap equip, so when you play it, you equip it onto a Destiny hero, and it gives your Destiny heroes an extra 500 attack. It also lets it so that when the equipped monster destroys a monster, you deal an extra 500 points as burn damage. So not only are we buffing up our creatures and lowering the opponent's creatures, we are doing a bit of burn damage here as well. Then I have an Energy Drain here. This one's also just for like the people who play like Tragodia decks or anything like that where they just have a bunch of cards in their hand. Use Energy Drain and you can buff up one of your creatures massively during the turn. I got one of my wins on DevPro when I was testing out this style because they had 7 cards in their hand. They played Maxi, I special summoned Dragoon, they bottomless that, but they kept adding cards, and when I did Energy Drain, I buffed my monster up quite a bit, actually. I don't remember exactly how much, but I managed to attack over it, and that was really helpful. For a bit more draw power, I got Jar of Greed in here, since I didn't really want to put too many cards in the deck, just to keep consistency good. We have D-Shield, which is another one of those stall cards. It's really helpful for waiting for some of these buffers. D-Fortune, another stall. Just banish one D-Hero, stop the battle phase. Destiny Signal adds to a bit more consistency. You killed one of my monsters, just bring it back. Well, not bring it back, bring out a new one. Destiny Mirage, the anti-mirror force. If any Destiny hero is destroyed by an effect, you activate this, and every Destiny hero monster that was destroyed this turn by an effect is brought back instantly. So if I attacked you and you mirror forced me, I can activate this and they come right back. It's really, really helpful. It's probably one of the better cards in here, because there was a duel where I was just attacked after I buffed up my creatures a lot. They mirror forced it, and I activated this, and it came back. According to DevPro, the monster could still attack too because it was on the field a new time, so it was just a different monster than what attacked originally. I don't really get it myself, but hey, it worked. And we have a mirror force of our own, just because we can. Dark Bribe. We need a bit more spell and trap negation in here, and a Waboku. Waboku's there for, once again, just a bit of stall, keep your monsters alive, take no damage, that type of thing. As for the extra deck, I only actually have Destiny and Dragoon in here, but the deck itself is really good with rank 4s and rank 3 XYZs. It's overall the deck is actually working out really well. We just have the goal of the deck is buff up your monsters, lower your opponent's monsters, just be able to use Destiny heroes by themselves. I don't want any Diamond Dude in here to like mill through spells and have the deck mostly spells. I want it to be Destiny heroes themselves being able to win. If you guys have any suggestions for this deck, I would really, really love to hear them. This is one of those decks where it's just like, ever since they came out in actual card form, I've loved them. I've tried collecting them. I'm still missing a couple of their cards in general, but they're a deck that I feel has potential. If you guys can help me find that potential, please let me know in the comments below. I hope you guys enjoyed this updated deck profile. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye.